companies, the NGOs, international organizations, etc. Okay, I have more than 20 articles published in peer-reviewed journals, and I have written a book which is called The Clinical Research Process from Initiation to Publication, and it is on Amazon. You can buy it. Okay, I am a volunteer in the Children's Cancer Center in Lebanon and in an NGO, non-governmental organization, which is called Feed the Need. I am a member, and I am an editorial board member of 2 peer-reviewed journals. I have been assigned lately by the Global Pharmacovigilance Society as the Lebanese ambassador representing this society. And finally, I have participated in the write-up of the briefing by the WHO called Lebanon Crisis Response Plan from 2017 to 2020. Sorry for the lengthy introduction, but I tried as much as I can to summarize it. Okay, now regarding MARS, what is MARS? MARS stands for Medical Agency for Research and Statistics. It is a clinical research training consultation company. We are based in Lebanon. We have another branch in Iraq, and we distribute and extend our services worldwide. All these countries, all these areas, we have really reached them, and we have delivered our services there. Who are we? We are a group of epidemiologists and biostatisticians. We are a group of clinicians, clinical researchers, pharmacists, as well as academicians. Our team consists of all these specializations, okay? And our customers come from different sectors and from different areas, from the industrial sector, from the academic sector, from the medical sector, and from the organizational sector. In the industrial sector, we serve pharmaceutical companies, healthcare product companies, and medical device companies. In the academic sector, we serve universities, colleges, academic institutions, and academicians. On the medical sector, we serve the scientists and researchers, where many scientists have come to us and asked for our services, physicians, doctors in hospitals, in private practice, hospitals. We have made programs in hospitals, delivered programs in hospitals, and medical, pharmacy, and nursing students. And this is the biggest chunk of our customers: medical, pharmacy, medical students, pharmacy students, and nursing students, graduate or beginners. Okay. And finally, the organizational sectors, we deliver our services, and we have worked with healthcare organizations, syndicates, non-governmental organizations, ministries, societies, and governmental organizations. Okay. Now, regarding our services, we have many types of services. We begin with the first service, which is the clinical trial management, where we begin from site evaluation, subject recruitment, data collection, training the staff on good clinical practices, and finally database lock and study closeout. We do all that. Other type of service is clinical data management. You have a set of data from a clinical trial. We can begin with you from the CRF or electronic case report form design until database development, clinical data management program, as well as the final analysis, interim analysis and final analysis of your data. Regarding medical writing services, definitely we train you on medical writing, but we have the service of medical writing where we can write for you promotional literature. It is called medical marketing and brochures, handouts for certain products. We can write content preparation for workshops or conferences. You have a workshop or a conference, we can prepare the slide deck for you. We can write manuscript writing, which begins from the informed consent case report, or includes informed consent case report, review article, original research article, etc. And finally, medical education material for healthcare professionals, for example, continuing medical education or e-learning modules, as well as for patients, handouts, brochures, etc. Now, our fourth service is journal submission of publication. You are a student, you are a company, you are a doctor, you have a paper written, or you want us to write your paper and to publish it, you can come to us. We will help you in the designing the structural and content review of the paper, reviewing the structural and content review. We choose the journal for you, we help you, or we choose it, prepare the submission documents, and we upload the paper and help you in reviewers' comments at the end. The fifth service is statistical analysis. We carry out all types of analysis, from data preparation until the more complicated analysis. Okay, a sample size calculation, power calculation, whatever. Sorry. Revising, editing, and proofreading. We have the service, which is revising, amending your content, whatever you wrote, editing it, checking for spelling and grammar, as well as proofreading. Here we focus on the formatting errors like spacing, typos, etc. And this is the final stage before submission to any journal, to your thesis, to your doctor, to your supervisor, etc. The Journal Club, we have a program which is a wonderful program. We have carried out, me and Naham, at many occasions and with many customers, with pharmaceutical companies, with the universities, as well as with the hospitals. It is a program where it is a scientific program carried out every 15 days or every month, where we present the opportunity for researchers to gather the most recent papers on a certain topic or a theme. We make a program for 6 months. Every session is a theme, and we discuss these papers. We teach them how to criticize these papers, how to apply the knowledge gained from these papers. Okay, it is a wonderful, and definitely in this program, we give assignments for every member of this group or program in this program. Okay, quality management system. I don't think this applies a lot to members. It applies only to companies where we have the service of directing quality policies, writing quality manuals, directing the procedures or SOPs, work instructions, as well as records. Okay. So all of this we can do, but this is more company oriented. And the one before the last is consultation, where you can come to us. You can only consult us about your project. You have a project, you consult us about the study design, the methodology. Maybe you have something very little in the statistical analysis part, the medical writing, etc. Maybe in a clinical trial. So we can only give you our knowledge and expertise through consultation. And finally, we have the training courses and workshops. This is a main also a service that we deliver in our company, where we offer many. I will not go into details in each topic, because in each topic, for example, under biostatistics, we have 4 courses. Okay, we offer courses in biostatistics. Under them, there are 4 courses. Under the topic of epidemiology, we have 3 courses. Under clinical research ethics, I think 4 or 5 courses. Okay, so under each topic, we have courses related to this topic. Okay, and the separate courses, you can take one from here, one from there. We have medical writing courses. We have clinical trial foundation courses. We have over 10 or 12 courses in clinical trial foundations. We have good practice training courses, which is good laboratory practice, good manufacturing practice, good clinical practice, all the good practice courses, good documentation practices, good distribution practices, etc. And definitely each type of practice is to a certain audience. For example, good laboratory practice for laboratory technicians and people working in laboratories. Okay, good manufacturing practice for industrial pharmacy. So we have all these topics. And we have pharmaceutical regulatory affairs, which is a very interesting branch, where under it we have many topics that we deliver to, especially to pharma companies. Okay, but definitely students can benefit from these courses. And we have special topics. Under these special topics, we have many titles, like the publication process from initiation to going online. Okay, or from choosing journal to going online. We have other things like how to criticize the scientific paper, other topics like conference presentations and how to be prepared for conferences, how to brand yourself as a researcher. Many topics under the special topics. Pharmacoeconomics goes here. Pharmacoeconomics goes under special topics. Pharmacovigilance goes under special topics. Many courses. Okay, I didn't talk about each one in particular because I don't want this to be a boring lecture. Okay, company accreditation. We are CPD member, CPD certified company, and our courses are CPD certified. Definitely, each course you want, we apply for certification because we are already a members, and we can get the certification for each course. And our partners, like our lovely ClinoSol partner, where we are very proud for this partnership, and we are very sure of attaining a wonderful, fruitful collaboration all year, the upcoming year ahead. We are partners with Global Pharmacovigilance Society, with NAFS Solutions for Change Company, with Metlico, which is a research and training center in Zimbabwe, Africa. This is in Egypt. This is in India. And with our wonderful latest partners, who we are, before being partners, we are real friends, with ClinoSol, okay? And this is one of our activities where we have a very long list for you on the way, okay? Our main goal, we have few slides more. Our main goal is to deliver integrity, knowledge, quality, and passion before thinking about anything else. We don't want any student, any customer to go or to leave without being very happy. And we always look for returning customers, returning students, returning. We call them. We don't have. I have a logo for the company. I always put it, we don't have customers, we have partners in success. You are our partners in success, like ClinoSol, and you are our partners in success. Without you, we cannot attain our goals. And what we look for is investing in people. When I give a medical writing course, I do not rest assured, and I do not feel I am successful in the course unless I see students really writing papers and publishing them. This is our main goal, okay? When we give a biostatistics course, we are not resting assured until we see our students carrying out the biostatistics analysis project, okay? So this is our main goal, and we want you to implement what you understood, broaden your knowledge. We help you in providing the skills to be a research member, team member, to increase your productivity in research, and finally, which will support your career advancement, to support you in your career advance. Okay, these are our branch numbers. You can always contact us directly or through our wonderful partner, ClinoSol. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope I didn't take so much time. And thank you so much, Uma and Mujib. The floor is yours again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sama. Thank you, Sama.
Habibti Nagam, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sama. Thank you. So, Nagam, I think your next topic. Before that, you can introduce yourself, and then you can start your session. You can share your screen. And I would request Sama to hold on this call so that you can take some questions at the end.
Okay.
Yes.
You can see my screen, Najib. You can see it?
Yeah, we are able to see your screen. You are visible. Your voice is audible. All, yes, you can start.
You are shining. You and your screen are shining, Habibti.
Shining.
Yeah, let's go. So today our topic will be the clinical research career pathway in the Middle East. So I will have like a brief introduction of myself. I'm Nagam Shublak. I'm living in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, but I'm not Saudi. I'm original from Palestine. From my background, I have bachelor degree in pharmacy from University of Jordan, and I'm certified as a clinical research professional from Society of Clinical Research Sochrane from US, and also certified as a clinical research pharmacist from Canadian Association of Clinical Research Pharmacy Specialists. And recently I'm done with my Master of Science in Clinical Research from Rush University in the US. Related to my work experience, as I'm starting in the Security Force Hospital as a research assistant for Department of Internal Medicine. Then I moved to the National Guard Health Affairs Hospital as a clinical research supervisor. Then I go to one of the consultation pharmacy company named Dominated Choice for Pharmaceuticalization as a research consultant. Then I'm happy to join the medical agency Mars as a head of research department and development. I have more than 40 research projects published, including grant-funded project and investigator-initiated. Okay. Before I started the career, just it's just a brief. In order to understand when I'm talking the career, where it's fit during these phases. So you know that the clinical trial have 4 phases. So we have something called the preclinical, which is like most of the studies are like in vitro or in vivo in the lab. And we have the phase 1 studies, where are looking for the safety study about like we enroll 20 to 80 people. And then the phase 2 study, whereas the safety study identified the side effect most often, and we include more participants, like around 100 to 300 people. Then the phase 3 studies, which is measure the effectiveness more than the safety and monitor the side effects. So it's include more than 1,000. And last is a fourth study, where we can monitor the long-term effect for like the post-registration. Most often they say it in the market, side effect of the medication. So these are like the major 4 type, or the 5 types of the clinical trial. So just I have like some fact about the clinical research career. Is a clinical research is a good career? I just need to highlight that over the past 11 to 18 months, the global clinical research market continuously growing and evolving, with more and more career opportunity becoming available within this vast field. So how can I start the career? One of the main numbers that available now, that during the last year between 20 to 21, like more than million participants took a part in a clinical research across England, which almost doubled the number from the previous year. And we can identify this especially during the pandemic and the other evolving, for example, oncology trials, that people feel that the new trial or the new medication under research is really helpful and can help to save their life. So this encourage people to change their mindset and looking for a clinical trial to be enrolled in to save their life and even to prolong their disease survival. So what a clinical professional works. So we have couple of places that they can work. It's not only like in a hospital setting or pharmaceutical setting. So either they can work in a hospital, either medical offices, research centers, academic medical centers, pharmaceutical companies for sure, medical device companies, contract research organization, or even people, a lot of people can working from home as a freelancing. So there are a couple of knowledge or skills needed for the clinical research professionals. The first one is to have a scientific background, especially in research terminology and guideline. You have attention to detail, because there is a lot of details you have to be aware about it, especially the regulation. Good verbal and written communication skill, as you are communicated with different parties. It's not like with only patient or only physician. You are communicated with a lot of parties. Work under pressure, strong organization capabilities, critical thinking skill, flexible and adaptable, professional work for sure, multitasker, and team player, and you have to have technology oriented, because now most of the things have become electronic. For example, electronic consent form, you have electronic data entry, you have even electronic you know how to make the report, how to you submit your application, everything electronic. So if you are not technology oriented, you will face some challenge. So what types of a clinical research job? There are some types that have interact directly with the patient, and some of them do not have interact directly with the patient. So the clinical research pharmacist, clinical research coordinator, and the pharmacovigilance specialist, the drug safety specialist, those are the interact directly with patients. The one that we cannot, or they don't have more patient communication, like a clinical trial assistant, clinical research associate, CRA, or the study monitor, a study manager or project manager, quality assurance specialist, clinical research auditor, medical writer, biostatistician, or data manager, or people work in the data management field. I try to put all of the terminology that when you search about the research job, you can find it either in Indeed or LinkedIn. So there's like now a lot of subspecialties from the research. It's not, you cannot find only clinical researcher, for example. So you have to be specify which role. So this is most of the role that's available in the market right now. So I will start. So what are the clinical research coordinator? So in a brief, I will go over each of them. So I will not take long time from your total webinar. So the role of the CRC will focus in reviewing the study protocol with the principal investigator. So they said he is the like right-handed of the principal investigator. Once the study been approved, the principal investigator call his team. One of them, it will be the clinical research coordinator. So the CRC will review the study protocol to be able to discuss it with the patient and the physician from like either from different department or even from the study team. So they are involving in the patient screening process. Could they screen, for example, the clinic each time and to see who is eligible to this study or not, and what are the type requested, either the lab, radiology tested, or for example, some of tissue sampling. So the CRC can advise even the patient, because after he screened the patient, he will be able to negotiate the consent form process with him, and then he will advise him of the correct usage of the study drug, because he is also aware about how to use the study drug, the side effects, because he has have a good experience from the study protocol, and how this study drug will affect their daily life, so they can guide the patient for a proper management and reporting even the side effect for the institution review board and other regulatory bodies. And he also be ability to discuss with the patient that what's the consequence you have it if you have side effect, that you can withdraw from the study at any time, and what the alternative available. For that, we said that the CRC have major contact with the patient, because most of the time the patient contact the coordinator in order to go to the principal investigator or to the physician to understand what is going on. The clinical research associate, or we can name him as a monitor, most of the time the monitor working under the pharmaceutical company or a clinical research organization. So the CRA will involve overall in overseeing the regulatory documentation, such as clinical trial approval, permission marketing approval, source documents verification for the collected data, monitor the conduct of a clinical trial in compliance with the study protocol, following international guideline and national regulatory requirement. Then we can work as in the regulatory bodies. The regulatory bodies where you can being working in one of the, for example, Saudi FDA, or for here in Saudi Arabia, or FDA, you know, regulatory bodies. So working in these places give you authorization to review the protocol, because you cannot start a protocol without having the approval. So working with the approval with as one of these bodies, you can give your opinion as if it's the safety and ethical point of view about this study. So people also here can working as an inspector or auditor to inspect the quality of data and the clinical trial process. As a medical writer, you can work as a medical writer. So medical writer is an integral part of a clinical research. It's the mean of clearly communicating the clinical and scientific data and information in a written form. So medical writer, it's different. So you can have medical content writing, like the content creator, medical marketing of healthcare products, especially like for medical device or something like that, even academic medical writing, like the scientific journal publication after you are done with your paper, and regulatory medical writing, especially like when you start writing the proposal, the protocol, the thesis, and so on. So some of these positions name as a medical writer. Also, there is a position where name it as a biostatistician. For sure, the biostatistics is the branch of statistics that deal with data relating to living organism. So biostatistician apply mathematics, statistics, and data to biology. But how? By collecting, analyzing, and summarizing the data they collect during their biological research to draw conclusion in the area of medicine. This is a brief about the biostatistician. And then you can work as a pharmacovigilance specialist. Pharmacovigilance is defined as the science and activities relating to the detection, assessment, understanding, and prevention of adverse effects of any other drug-related problem. So pharmacovigilance specialist may also be called as a drug safety specialist.
Nagami, you went on mute. Nagam, you went on mute.
I think she's losing connection. Let us see.
Yeah. So I think somehow, I think houseful. So today around 100 people have joined today's.
We have full house. Exactly, we have full house.
So and so many people are attending from YouTube also.
Yes. Nagam, by the way, she's almost done. I think only 2 more slides.
Yeah. So can you? I don't think so.
Yes,
you can take it up here.
She's back.
I'm sorry. Something happened. Sorry.
So no worries at all. No worries, Nagam. You can continue.
So the pharmacovigilance specialist, most of all, like working as related to the whatever side effect reported from the patient wise, in order to submitting to the regulatory people to make an assessment about the safety and the efficacy of this medicine or research project moreover. And then the data management, working as a research data management describe a way to organize and store the data that a research project has accumulated in a most efficient way possible. So the data manager, he is making an effective research data management plan. With this plan, he can minimize the data loss and unauthorized access by adhering to data storage or organization standard. Also, he is skilled in order to oversee, coordinate all data management activity in support of a clinical and non-clinical research study for study initiation, setup, maintenance, and closeout. We have only last 2, the investigation drug services pharmacy, this is a pharmacist who work directly with the patient in order to receiving the delivery of the investigation product, safe handling and storage of it, proper coding, especially in randomization to clinical trial, preparation of this investigation product in accordance with the study protocol, retain and disposable of unused protocol to the sponsor and institution. So when the patient dispenses the medication, he go to the research pharmacist because it has to be stored in a special place as a pharmacy research, and it's being stored, coded with a special coding. Last is we have something called phase 1 unit. Unfortunately, it's not available in the Middle East now, but it's available most often in the Europe and Canada and even US. They have related working to manage all aspects to the related to investigation product. From where to start, you have to gain rough knowledge of all of national guideline. You have to seeking any master, fellowship, or diploma degree in a clinical research field, quality control and assurance, and also there is international organization where can you certified in different mentions rule. Also, you can look for different pharmaceutical companies because they offer a startup, some of them a startup role, or even like an assistant or an aid to the for example monitor, so they can help or offer a lot of training, and for sure networking, where you can available have courses and any available position with them. So thank you so much. This is a brief about the career pathway. This is our contact number information, and we are ready to ask about all of your questions at the end of the webinar, inshallah.
Thank you, Nagam. Thank you. I just
you,
want to add
Sama. Thank you,
something.
Nagam.
If you allow
Thank
me,
you.
Mujib, I want to add something, that all the jobs that Nagam talked about are in the Middle East. Only the one, which
only in the
yes,
phase 1. Yeah, just
exactly.
but exactly. Just I highlight this. If some people hear about this position, he will be aware that there is a position in a phase 1 unit, but this one phase 1 unit is not available in Middle
Exactly.
East.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Thank you, Nagam, for the wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Nagam, and thank you, Sama, for a wonderful session. So we are moving ahead with one more session. So I think we are on top of it, and we have a lot of time for question and answers. We can take a lot of questions. Nagam, if you can stop sharing, I will be able to share my screen. Or else, okay, so I can do it from my side. Okay, so I think Sama and Uma, Nagam, can you confirm that? Is my screen visible? I am
Yes.
visible. I am audible.
You are-
All the questions.
No, it is not visible. It's shining. You are shining, my friend.
Thank you, Sama. All your blessings, Sama. I'm very happy for this collaboration. So the first kind of a collaboration which is happening with the Indian organization with the Mars from Middle East, where our students can get more knowledge and more training and more placements in terms of
same here, my friend.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I'll quickly jump into my topic, guidance for your clinical research career in India as well as Middle East, and how are we going to do this as a change makers. So my name is Mujib. I'm the founder and CEO with having 18 years of experience in clinical research, data management, medical writing, and pharmacovigilance. I'm currently working as or acting as a founder and CEO, also trainer for ClinoSol. So this is brief about me. I'll quickly jump into my slides. So today's agenda. So these are quite few agendas which I have. So very, very interesting slide I have for today. So this is about, because we are reaching to the end of the year, I look back, how can we look the performance, what we have done in each month. So we did a data mining with already existing data, what was there within ClinoSol from the January till December, and we got very, very beautiful explanation and data mining results, and the results are here. In the month of January, we took something around 19 admissions, and we ended up with 18 good placements in the month of January. So out of this 18 placements, 11 companies were part of it. CROs, contract research organization, were 7. SMOs were 1, and pharma ITs like Accenture, Cognizant, and TCS were 3 companies. And we were able to give all these title roles out of this 18 placements, which is junior regulatory or research associate, DSAs, PV officers, and software engineers, CDMAs, and CRCs, and monitoring and PV associate. So this is about interesting slide of January. While coming back to February, we were able to take admissions of 20 and came up to a placement of 14, which includes 6 companies, 5 CROs, and 1 IT company with this kind of job titles and roles. And the number of events which was focused on January was little bit less when compared with the February month events. So I have given a wonderful bar chart which shows the blue color as the admissions, and then the orange color as placements, and the gray color as events which happened in the month of January and February 2022. So now coming back to interesting slide, March and April, how it was looking. So in the month of March, we were able to place nearly 18 students out of 20 admissions. So this was wonderful stats which we were able to cope it up with the data mining. I'm very thankful for my team and my students who have crossed their borders to get the placements. And in the month of April, we had 20 admissions and 13 placements. So when you see the graph or the bar charts, it looks like this. And these are the list of job titles which we have got. And these are the list of companies who have got placement or where our students got placed in the month of March and April. I have taken every slide 2 months to compare it. And in the month of May, we got 15 admissions and we got placements of 11. And in the month of June, 15 admissions and placement were little bit less because of the COVID transition time and the vaccine trials were reducing. So we had a little bit less placements, but more placements were in terms of drug safety associate. So this is about the May and June month performance report. Coming back to July and August, in July and August, we took nearly 15 admissions per batch because we have a limit of batch admissions as 15 students. And nearly 10 placements have been done in July, and August is 9 placement. And the 9 placements were being done on MICC, CROs were 7, and pharma ITs were 2. So this is about September and October. 13 admissions, 10 placements in month of September, and October, 15 admissions with 13 placements. And this is the stats which we are showcasing as a data visualization, wherein data speaks everything. And we did the data mining and came up with wonderful performance report of this year. So now our performance report for November is 10 admissions and 18 placements. We got highest placements rather than admissions were less, but the placement were more. Until now, admissions in December were 18 and placement were 18. As of now, when we are talking, we are expecting 2 more offer letters in this month, which makes us to 20 placements in this year. The remaining students who have not got placed, out of them, 13% were still studying. They are still studying. They are still studying the final year. And the other people, they went for the 5% for higher education to US or Canada or Middle East. And the rest of students are currently undergoing their trainings. So now this makes us to reach to an agenda where we have crossed a border of 99% of placement for all the students who have taken admission into ClinoSol from the month of January. And we are very, very happy with wonderful performance report. I'm very, very thankful for the team of ClinoSol who worked for this wonderful outputs. So now what is ClinoSol? So already I have spoken so much about our track records and performance report. Quality certified international standard organization, which is trademark recognized or licensed one. 5 times award-winning quality training institute with highest placement record, which is 99%, which is ever matched with any of the organization. Only organization which was being run by industry experts. And these are the list of courses which we are providing the training. So it includes clinical operations, pharmacovigilance, CDM, medical writing, regulatory affairs, and clinical SaaS. And this is our admission process. We initially take a demo, and then we have a written exam, and then we have a personal interview, then we have admission confirmation. Anyone who does not attend the demo or entrance exam or personal interview will not be allowed for the confirmation of admission. And or I can say that fees and rest of admission details, everything depends on written exam and personal interview, or else we will not continue for the trainings. And this is wonderful slide that why students are getting placed and how students are performing so much good, because we have a different parameters for giving the certificate to students. We have identified 10 plus parameters, which includes more than 90% of attendance should be there for students to give a certificate or to send for interview. And they have to write 2 blogs and 1 article. They have to provide 2 presentations. They have to do 5 assignments and 5 assessments, and they have to participate in conferences, also on competitions, also on resume building, and wonderful infographic resumes, how the slides are being designed in such a way. And the mock-up interviews, the marks are being given on mock-up interviews, and also on the personal traits and the project management skills or convincing skills and team building skills. All these criteria we are assessing, and we are giving a credit score of 250. Anything under 145 will not be given certificate, and we only believe on quality and nothing else. So this is the difference which is making ClinoSol from rest of organization. So what exactly is ClinoSol? So now these are most important USPs, the quality certified training methodologies, award-winning organization for 99% of placement in 2021 and 22, established by industry. And we have practical live database training, which includes the PV, CDM, and SAS. And every course comes with 2 years validity that you can attend 2 years the courses. And overall skill enhancement and development, which includes your communication skills or aptitude or pharmacology or Excel trainings. National and international presence, we are already located in 3 places. And now we are located in Canada also. With this collaboration of Mars and ClinoSol, now our presence is in Lebanon and Middle East also. And we are very happy for Mars for accepting our MOU. And we are officially signed an MOU. And today we're officially announcing the presence of ClinoSol in Lebanon as well as Middle East, and Mars presence in India. So immigration support for Canada, Northeastern or North US, and 1 year ACRP, ACDM membership, affordable and accurate, 100% placement support with student mentorship, only organization which sponsored the industry conference like SEDM, ISCR, and ACDM conference. So this is about the contact us information, where we are able to reach out at this phone number, and this is the mail ID, and this is the website. So, and I think this is last slide and very interesting slide, question slide, which definitely I'll be happy to take the questions which are relevant for Sama or Nagam or me or Uma. So I'll stop my presentation now, and I'll put my thank you slide, and I'll allow Uma Priya to share the slides. Uma. So Sama, I think slides were interesting.
Very interesting slides, very interesting presentation.
Sama, your voice is low. Your voice is low.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you, Najib. Very lovely presentation. We love it. We love the numbers, everything. Excellent. Thank you, Najib.
Thank you, Nagam.
Someone asked you, you can hear me now, Mujib?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone was asking in the chat box, is placement guaranteed? From my experience, from my side, 99% of students are guaranteed, but you can answer, Mujib.
Yeah, I think that's the right question to be answered, that 99% placement is guaranteed if they get admission in ClinoSol. So to get admission, they have to take a written exam and interview. If they fail in this interview, they can't clear that interview.
There are so many constraints reaching to this 99%. First thing, student has to be sincere enough first, they should be learning oriented mindset, as our valid speakers has given so many valuable points over here that, if there is no effort from your side, we really cannot push you to any placement or anywhere. So knowledge is something that will give you placement. Please focus on knowledge to whoever asked this question. So once you gain the knowledge, you need not to think about your placements.
You can share your screen.
Right.
You can take more questions if you can complete in another 10-15 minutes.
I have very few slides because you guys have covered lots of the things. So I don't have much. The advantage of the last speaker because you're taking all the points.
Last speaker always is interesting. Don't worry.
I try to. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I'm sharing my screen. Just let me know if you're able to see it. Wait, let me hope my screen is visible.
Yes. Would you like to switch on your camera by any chance? Then it is fine.
Yes, Uma. We love to see your beautiful face if you want.
Yeah.
I don't
will tell that Mujib is shiny today.
I'll definitely turn on, but I think that should not come in between me and my speaking over here. So definitely once I complete, I'll turn on.
You can go ahead.
Go ahead. We are kidding. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. And by now, you all know that we are into partnership. So when this has happened and how this has happened and what this partnership is being made for. So I want to throw some light in that regard, and our partnership we had planned some months ago, frankly, but being both the parties busy, we were unable to meet out for months together. But definitely, yes, we have announced our partnership. You can see over here what we have announced. So this is a first of a kind of partnership that we have made with Mars, and both the organizations share similar kind of interests and similar kind of profiles. So Mars is coming up with their expertise in the very same domains like ClinoSol. The only difference is the countries. Countries are separating us, but not the mindset, but not the expertise. So you have seen most of you guys have known Mujib sir very well. And by this time, probably, if anyone doesn't know, please visit our website. Please participate in all our conferences and all our free webinars as such. And thank you so much first to Mars for accepting and for this free webinar and coming together with both of you, Naam and you.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you, dear. Thanks to you.
Definitely, I give more time to the students to ask their questions, because lots of people are very much eager to ask about their career, their education. So they are all joined here for that purposes. So I'll not take much time. So our partnership is basically built on exchanging the training programs, different training programs. We have clearly displayed what kind of courses we offer, and also Mars has displayed where they are experts at. So with this partnership, all these training programs will be built more strongly in a more robust way. And, this cross-country transition of students can happen very easily and with skill. So this is the major agenda for our partnership. And even we both want to work together on new courses, new arenas, because the technology is changing every day. Across the globe, it's not just one country or two countries. Everywhere the technology is changing, and we want to capture that, and we want to make those students succeed in their careers in every regard. So this is our partnership is all about basically, and how it will benefit. It will benefit in multiple ways. First one is organizational growth. Yes, both of our organizations will grow with this partnership. Across the globe, and education wise, we are planning different programations. Career wise, yes, there was also saying that lots of courses or lots of the domains they have in Middle East. So with this learning, you can also aim your career in Middle Eastern countries, and immigration wise also you can get the support. So how? We'll definitely look ahead of that with the Q&A session. So before I could close my kind of a lecture, I want collaboration is always to bring more good, more energy, more new kind of things into the organizations, both or multiple, whatever organizations are involved. But students have to keep in mind that whatever you hear, whatever you take it up, keep a tap on check, check the genuinity of any organization, not because I belong to ClinoSol. Okay. So you have to cross-check, you have to understand that knowledge is something that gives you the job, not any promises. So no one can promise on this earth that you will get a good job until and unless you determine to do so. Okay. So our collaboration is all about bringing more kind of knowledge, more kind of educational programs, more kind of immigration angle to it, and more kind of career scope to all of you. So with this, I'll not take much time because we are running out of time, and I would like to give time to our wonderful participants over here to come up with your questions.
Okay, we are open for questions to be answered for either Sama or me or Nagam or Uma. Anyone you can put question. I got a question, but seems to be the question is not very likely to be understood. How does it works? Like course duration? Some of us are already completed with graduate studies. The duration is around 4 to 6 months of course. And if you have completed the course also, you can join. So this is for definitely sure. So what we are looking with Mars and ClinoSol is collaboratively how we can work on building up more good syllabus, more reputed kind of a trainers like Sama and Nagam to come onboarded to give the trainings. And we are already discussing that if we can have one offline conference in India with Nagam and Sama, the discussion is already on this part also. So it's always collaboration works for more knowledge.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, we are all open for questions. You can type the questions in the chat box.
There are someone asking in the chat box. Yeah.
So there is a
Yes,
question.
someone
Anyone would like to take the question? So you are in pre-final year. Would you like to take this course? Answer is yes, you can take the course. It's always extra learning is always benefited for you.
Yes, definitely. I agree.
Yeah. So Jackson had one question. Wonderful. We are getting
Okay, Jackson.
Why the companies or organization don't hire B.Pharm graduates for medical writing position? Answer is
okay. I can answer you. I can answer you as me. I am myself a medical writer, and I have been a medical writer for 15 years. Sorry, what's the name? Jack.
Jackson.
Medical writing is a profession of experience. The more you are experienced, the more you can be called a medical writer. You can go now and take millions of courses in medical writing. You will not be considered a medical writer unless you really have practiced that and written papers. So companies will not hire someone without experience, especially in the medical writing field. Okay. So and you have to have the experience in the interview with these companies. They will ask you to write something. So if you are still a fresh graduate, BS Pharmacy fresh graduate, okay, and you don't have the skills, you didn't write any paper, you didn't have exercises, assignments in that, I don't think you can pass the interview. And this is what we do here in ClinoSol and Mars. If you have the time, you can go inside the website of ClinoSol and you can see in the module of medical writing, there are assignments, there are exercises, right, Mujib? So, so this is why companies, they do not hire.
Yeah, I just need also to add points.
Look at the opportunities as a medical writer.
Yeah.
You need to have more publication onboarded, which generally B.Pharms does not do, while PharmDs and M.Pharms does this. More of publications, more of international journals kind of thing. So when we are asking that, why are we not hired? We should ask, what are we not having to be hired?
Yes.
Yeah. And
Nagam,
I just
want to add something. Yes, Nagam,
yeah, I need to highlight, for me, it's not a good start to be a medical writing. It's not a good start. You need to know the medical or the clinical research from scratch. You know, even you have to start to know how to write a proposal or even the literature review and so on before to be a medical writing. It's a very responsible position, because you will be responsible for any mistake or any, you know, with especially with the journal. There is no play with the journal publication or something. You will lose a chance with some peer review journal because of, you know, if you don't have like a good skill. So for me, don't start with a medical writer. This is like a high professional, like at least minimum like 10 years experience, then you can start looking for that. Before that, I'm not I cannot guarantee, you know. It's a very high skilled, we can't say the position. Yeah, and there is
thank you so much. I have one more question for Nagam and for Sama. So there is a question, are the courses like Bachelor of Ayurvedic Medical Sciences, Bachelor of Homeo Medical Sciences is valid in Middle East, which is being completed in India? So this is a question which was being asked by one of the doctor from the BAMS, Ayurvedic doctor. So there is alternative medicines apart from the allopathic medicines like Ayurveda or homeopathic medicines. So the question is this accepted in Middle East? So that's a question.
Okay. To be very honest, these two courses or these two certificates, they are not available here in Lebanon, at least in Lebanon, I say, and also in the Middle East, Bachelor of Homeo Medical Sciences. They are very new, I think. To know if they are valid or not, you have, for example, you are entitled to work in Qatar, you have to go to the Ministry of Education in Qatar and to see if it is if it is available, not available, accepted there or accredited there, okay? But we do not offer such courses. I'm very sure in Lebanon, in Iraq, in Egypt, in these countries, they do not offer these. Unless they offer them in a very small module in a big course. As a bachelor in these professions, we don't have that.
Yeah.
Right.
There is
I have
from
one more question.
Yeah, from Sayyid Muhammad. So what are the opportunities? Yeah, after learning a clinical SaaS, and can also please elaborate on clinical data management. Okay, to be a biostatistician, it's better not to have like know about one language, because now we have like some people like SAS, some people like SPSS. There is now another language like the R language, and also now another people like now especially data visualization, they like Tableau. There is some program called Tableau or P-Power. So to be really a good biostatistician, better to know more language in order to be hired, because you know, some journal ask for a special program to use when you wanted to publish. So the investigator wanted to rely on like have like a good background with all languages. So it's not, you know, my advice if you wanted to go to the field of biostatistician, no more than one program. And it at the end they are running on the same, but at least how to use it, it's different, like have like special difference. And
repeating this answer, what Nagam has answered it. So the opportunities for SaaS or CDM, if you wanted to know more technology-oriented knowledge, which includes R or Python or Tableau or Power BI or data visualization tools or .NET programming, which allows you to go into programming kind of activities, which is into stats or SaaS or in CDM programming. So there are different areas, zones where you can go into the programming and data visualization or data analytics, how I have shown the data visualization today. So Nagam is suggesting students to get more or hands-on on different technologies, which includes R or Tableau or Python or the SAS or the Power BI. So Nagam,
I would like to add a point over here, whether you want to become a clinical SaaS programmer or a clinical data manager or whatever it may be. The initial step to start with is the clinical research. Until and unless you understand what happens in the phases of clinical trials, what kind of data you capture, and what kind of data you present to the regulatory authorities to get the approvals. So which is more important, understanding the data, then you can perform analysis or data cleaning aspects through your CDM or through your SaaS, whatever it is, that happens at a later stage. So to reach to that stage, you have to cross your clinical research knowledge first.
Yeah, as I said, the scientific, especially research guideline, has to be aware. This is like a rule of thumb. Whatever rule you are, you have to be aware about. Even there are some terminologies you have to be aware about it. So when you are sitting with the research team, you know what they are talking about. More just I wanted to elaborate from Oma, the clinical data, they said just elaborate more about the clinical data management field. It's a place or like a position where you make data, everything, as I said, it's electronic now. So when, for example, when you wanted to enter the data information collected from the patient, they ask for a database. So either there is a database available from the institution, so you have to extract it and to make it friendly use to the team to enter the data. So it's all about how to learn the people how to enter, to make a database, how to make it a friendly use, how to extract the data. And because the Excel sheet you extracted, you will give it to the biostatistician to analyze it. And you are the one responsible to clean the data, to make sure there is like the error, any misleading or any mistake or any missing. So this is all of about the clinical data manager position related. So he's like he's the checkpoint between the data collected and between the biostatistician before he analyzes it. So he's the checkpointer, you know. we go to him after we finish the project.
Right.
And opportunities are abundant, Mohammed.
Yeah.
But you have to learn to capture those opportunities.
Right.
Yeah.
I have
Exactly.
one more question. I will probably there is a question saying that can a PharmD graduate get a career in abroad without taking any courses abroad? Answer is no.
Yes.
Definitely it is no. Anything you have to go for education, or if you are from that particular Middle East country, then you
Yes.
can go and work there if you have a valid visa for working, or else you have to go for an education purpose. Then only you will get a chance to work in any of the countries, either it is in Middle East or in US or Canada.
And I'm
So-
not
Okay,
sure what kind of a career you are looking for. You have to be
Yes.
specific what kind of a career.
Exactly. I want to answer this question if you allow me.
Yeah.
There is a question I want to answer if you allow me. Is obtaining pharmacy license necessary if one wishes to pursue a career in clinical research in the Middle East? Not at all. As long as you come from a scientific background, if you study nursing, pharmacy, medicine, physiotherapist, medical sciences, dietitian. My daughter is a dietitian. She's a clinical dietitian, and at the same, she graduated from university as a dietitian, and now she's a clinical researcher. Any scientific background, even if you are a biology student, chemistry student, any scientific background, you can go into clinical research career.
Right. Healthcare professionals can work in this. I have student from Qatar and as well as Saudi who studied from ClinoSol Hyderabad, and then they are working currently. But the problem here is you can't work as a clinical pharmacist if you don't complete the certification program, which is from their regulated environment. So
Yes.
you can't go and say that I have completed PharmD in India. Can I practice clinical pharmacist? Answer is no. But you can work as a clinical researcher in that particular countries. Yes. So
Exactly.
Sama, would you like to add points?
And even to work in clinical research domain also, as per GCP, you have to be qualified, trained, and have some experience in clinical research.
Yes.
Right. Right.
To be able to get a career.
Yeah. One
I
question
want to
from
add something. Sometimes some pharmaceutical companies in very critical certain positions, for example, regulatory or pharmacovigilance department, they ask for pharmacists in particular. But in general, you can go into clinical research career. It's a wide career. Nagam has presented to you all that.
there is a
Nagam
question
wants
from
to answer.
Noor. Yeah, there is a question from Noor Sabah. They said, as I am a PharmD, is mandatory to get the pharmacy license if we wanted to work in Saudi or Gulf as a CRC or clinical research pharmacist. Again, I will the same answer. PharmD or pharmacist, it's a different career than research. It's a different place. So you have to focus which position you wanted to apply. If you wanted to apply for a research position, you have to have like more courses about the research and experience so they can accept you. The pharmacist, yes, for sure you have to follow the license, the accreditation, because they have to accredit your bachelor certificate from the university. So but after that, because we have a lot of like abroad, like from India or from US or something, they are working with us as a clinic in the research field, and that's fine with them. No need to go over the steps for the license. And I need to evaluate one of them. They say that if you can work abroad, recently now after pandemic, we can see there is a lot of position called remotely. So some companies, if you have like a qualified skills, you can work remotely, even like in you are like a different countries, but as long as they accept your skills and you are authorized to work, for example, in these places, or like they have the ability to sponsorship you or something like that. So you have to look for this opportunity if you wanted to have like a chance to work abroad or remotely. We can name it. Right now we hear about this terminology, especially after pandemic, to be honest.
So thank you, Nagam. And we have one more question to be answered. So the next question, may I get the placement if I finish these courses before my graduation period? Answer is no. Your certificate of final year completion is necessary for any job in clinical research. Is obtaining pharmacy license necessary? Answer is no. Anyone can pursue your career in clinical research in Middle East. So that's what these people have said, and I think Azhar wants to unmute. I will allow Azhar to unmute. So Azhar, now you can unmute and ask question.
I hope I'm audible.
Hello, you're audible. Yes, we can hear you.
Azhar, answer is no. Now you are audible. You should understand this.
No. Actually, there are some network issues. That's why. By the way, thank you, ClinoSol and
Sama
Mars,
and
for the wonderful session.
Nagam, both are available.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for the wonderful session, Mars and ClinoSol. Actually, I was especially interested in this. Hello, Mars. Hello, Sama and Nagam. I am Azhar Sharif, and I am a medical writer too. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a question for you, for the Mars, basically. Ma'am, I'm working as a medical writer at ClinChoice. So here, usually in India, not only in Hyderabad or my company, the clients are usually US or Europe based, and the products which we get are usually of that Western countries only. And the guidelines what we follow, it is either FDA or MDD, MDR. These are the guidelines followed. So, ma'am, like I wanted to know in the Middle East, what is the work procedure? Like, are the clients same from the Western countries, and what are the guidelines followed?
Okay, you mean the work permit?
Before you answer the question, Azhar is our alumni, and we are very fortunate to have such a kind of wonderful student.
Wonderful. Azhar, you are talking about the working permit in these countries. What are the conditions? Okay. This is a very, 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 very specific question for each country. For example, in Lebanon, we have a certain working permit in the Ministry of Work for a certain profession. For another profession, you have other rules. So the answer is very broad. It depends on where are you working, in a private sector, in a company, in a hospital. Everything, every rule applies differently to every situation. If you apply to I'm talking about Lebanon. If you apply to a pharmaceutical company, even, it depends if the company is a US company and have an office in Beirut, or if it is a Lebanese company in Lebanon. Okay, but generally, in general, and this applies to the Middle East, different rules apply to different areas in the Middle East. But in general, the common thing is that you have to transfer your university degrees to the Ministry of Education in any of these countries. They have to make evaluation of your courses. They have to evaluate from which university you come, and then they will accredit your degree. After accrediting it, you go to the Ministry of Public Work, and you will apply for a working permit. Okay, and definitely wherever you work, the people in the company, in the hospital, in the clinic, whatever, they will help you in these papers. What are the general? There is no one set of rules or one set of papers needed. Okay, some companies or some areas in hospitals, they need 6 months experience. Others 1 year. Others they do not acquire. Okay, so it is really case dependent. Okay.
Yeah, and I need to highlight something, Sama, to Azhar.
Yes.
Azhar, you know, like for example, in Gulf, most of the, for example, tertiary hospital or even companies, they have a sponsorship capabilities. So if they accept you and they accept all of your paperwork, they are the one who make like a residency permit to their country. So
exactly.
it's out of your hand or our hand. It's based on the ability of the companies or the institution to bring the people from abroad to their place, you know. And most of the companies who ask for if they accept you on the first interview and they know, for example, you are coming from India, so they are not aware about what's the international regulation to accept people from outside and bring them to the whatever Gulf country at the end.
Yes. And to be very honest, in the Middle East, politics, or not, let me not say politics, money plays a role. Some companies, they have a very big hand in the government. So when you come to work with them, they really can make everything easy. Right now, or no?
Yeah.
But it is not impossible. Let me tell you, it is not impossible. In Lebanon, we have almost 1,000 or 1,005 Indians working in different sectors, even doctors in some hospitals. Okay, so it is not impossible at all. Don't think it is impossible. But I am replying, and Ragham is replying, it is not a fixed set of rules which applies to all. No.
Yeah.
So, Sama, if I have to reframe it a little bit more,
Yes.
here in India, we have lots of, outsourced projects from either Europe or from US. So basically, we work under FDA or EMA guidelines, So for Lebanon, we have, or for the Middle East, what are the regulations that we follow for clinical research or the conduct of clinical research or any of the domains in clinical
They
research?
follow both. They follow both. They follow the FDA as well as the EMA. Okay. And it depends on the company. For example, if you have an American company, everything applies, the FDA rules apply. Okay. And if it is a European medical company or pharmaceutical company, they follow the EMA. And definitely on top of both, we have the WHO. We have a very big office here, WHO in Lebanon, where all our guidelines or our audits, everything, pharmacovigilance reporting goes back to the WHO. But I can say we can follow 3 regulatory bodies, the FDA, the EMA, and the WHO. Okay?
So, Azhar, I hope this answered your question.
We had got very long answer. Thank you so much. So now I have very quick questions where we can complete these questions possibly if we take it up very quickly. After completing my PharmD, which roles I am eligible, I think already myself and Nagam has answered. You are eligible for all kind of roles. And as long as you have a research background, I'm a fresher. I've been trying to get a job in regulatory from since past 6-7 months, but most of companies, they are having a criteria of masters. So we have already placed some of the students with, to regulatory affairs with a BPharm qualification. Can I get job? Answer is yes. So everyone will be able to get job. So there are criterias, openings, and we have so many people as of now to have. And there is one more question. Are there any job opportunities for Canada? Answer is yes. As a B pharmacy student, answer is yes. But the star applies that if you are trained and qualified and having kind of a knowledge with certification, definitely answer is yes. So the next question, there are various other platforms to learning SaaS programming, Udemy, Coursera, beginners, even zillions of advice from people like why to join any institute, do online also. So what should student go for it? It all depends on student to take your own decisions. I will not be able to tell anyone's decisions because suggestions are free of cost. I can also say suggestions saying that you guys can become prime minister or president, but it's not easy to get a prime minister or president. So I can't give any suggestions on this because everyone are very easy to give suggestions. And they will come and say that why training is needed and why the knowledge is needed. So the simple answer is the placements what we are providing shows the importance of trainings. The numbers which we have shown that 180 or 190 placements, I think no one can match with our credibility and quality. And along with Mars, we are doing wonders for building up well-trained, qualified people. So this is something which I wanted to tell. The training is required in clinical research. The reason why we have came up with collaboration effort with Sama and Nagam, with Mars and ClinoSol. So Sama, if you can add any points that why this training is needed when Coursera or other courses are giving online very less cost, and why these people have to spend so much of money. Sama, you are on mute.
Yes, I am muted. Okay. I have many students who took our courses. Okay, I'm not talking now on our courses. We have also with ClinoSol. Many students tell me that, oh my God, I took a writing in science or medical writing course on Coursera, on Udemy, on EDX, everything. It is totally different from taking courses with such private institutions. Why? Because we have one-to-one tutoring, on one-to-one basis. You can answer questions. It is different from taking only a course online, listening to recordings. Maybe, you know something? Some doctors who are still giving courses online, you cannot even reach them. You cannot even sometimes send an email for them. So I think this is a specialized program in our institution along with ClinoSol, where you are very well taken care of. I totally agree and I totally advise in going for that.
Yeah, I need to highlight also let one point on this question. Taking these courses in Udemy is useful in order to have like an you know, some of the courses is not extensive, just like to take a general idea and to learn about it. But at the end, people who hire you looking for a certificate from, like, you know, a prestigious places, prestigious companies, prestigious like university. So have a background experience along with a certificate from this institution will give you much more opportunity to be hired in these places. So as much as you can take courses, go for it, but look for a certificate from prestigious places. This is the most important.
Yes.
So adding to that, SAS is something you cannot take alone. You know, you may be learning, but the case situations, the scenarios, the data may not be credible probably. And always, as we suggest, check for the genuinity, check for the depth of the skill, the trainer, check for you know, the placements that the organization is offering. At the end, you are the decision maker for your career. So make a wise decision.
Right. I think that's wonderful.
More questions are flowing in.
How can I reach out taking these courses that you are offering? I think already we have given about ClinoSol and Mars details in the slides, and definitely we are sharing the slides in mail also to all students. I think Yash, already we have answered that no discussion on fees will be done. Once you have completed the exam and interview, then only the rest of discussion will happen. We need more disciplined people and less students who are very disciplined to get into the placement and job. So you're offering, when
definitely
can I join?
We are coming very soon with our combinational courses that we are going to take it up.
Please follow the Mars LinkedIn. Please follow the ClinoSol LinkedIn. Sama, quickly, if you can share your LinkedIn page in the chat, if you can, so that people can like your page and they can get notifications that what are the things what you run. I will also share my page.
Definitely. 1 minute. And always you can take the names of our companies and you can always follow us. This is Mars page. Okay.
Yes, follow please our social media pages, because in the next year we'll have a lot of courses launch.
Yes.
So please, keep eye on it. So you have like reserve your seat on these courses.
Yes, either our pages or our this I have put it, or our personal pages. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think more questions were there. I think Sama and Nagam and the people were enjoying.
No problem. They can always contact us.
Yeah, we are available in social media, in LinkedIn, or even in
Nagam and Sama are available on LinkedIn as well as on Instagram and other places.
Okay.
Yeah.
We wish you all a wonderful feast period. Happy New Year for everyone, and wait for us in 2023 with everything, with surprises, with everything.
Yeah, Happy New Year to all, and wish for all a fruitful career for all of you, like as you want, inshallah.
Thank you.
Thank you
For this union.
Thank you,
for the collaboration.
Bye-bye.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Have a great night to all.
Bye, everyone.